The periphery, the periphery, the periphery that forms a new center. The social body repeating biological morphogenesis. Every community creates its own epistrata, neighborhoods, workshop, guilds that become new centers of circulation. Each worker's routine is a breathing pattern in the collective lung. The youth lies awake in the cedar-roofed garret and harks to the musical rain. Perception as the associated milieu of consciousness. The membrane between solitude and labor is porous. Imagination breathes through fatigue. The bugle calls in the ballroom, the gentlemen run for their partners. Social energy captured and released through ritual. The dance is a coded deterritorialization of work, rhythm freed from production. Every society lives by the respiration of its associated milieux. Energy captured, redistributed, and expressed as form. When the code suffocates, revolution functions as collective respiration, new oxygen of meaning. Civilization evolves by opening new membranes to foreign energies. The duck shooter, the gatekeeper, the express wagon driver, minor trades as nomadic intensities. The daily route, the beat, the circuit are social lines of flight. Deterritorializing routine through repetition. The immigrant crowd on the wharf, molecular multiplicity seeking a new associative milieu. The quadroon girls sold at the stand. Re-territorialization as violence coding of bodies into exchange. The machinist, the drunkard, the gatekeeper, strata and cracks within the same field. Each marginal form, trace, labor, deformity is a peristratum of human organization, a beside where new codes mutate. The lunatic is carried at last to the asylum. Re-territorialization into confinement. The social membrane hardens, yet even in confinement, decoding continues. The nervous system becomes its own line of flight. The margin invents the next form. The peristratum seeds the epistratum. Every social border is a morphogenic interface. The associated milieu corresponds to respiration, a body's constant negotiation of energy and perception. The laborer captures kinetic energy, the singer transforms it into sound. Both respire through different media. The pure contralto sings in the organ loft. Vocal cords as electric filament vibrating in air's membrane. Sound as energy folded into code. A linear expression traveling through molecular content. Perception is the body's molecular discernment of available materials. Seeing, hearing, touching as metabolic acts. Consciousness is a surplus value of code, side communication between populations of cells. The human milieu is always associated, lungs with air, skin with tools, language with others. To breathe is to read the atmosphere's stratigraphy. The suffocated orgasm is an organism in the allegory of the allegory of alienation, code without energy. Freedom is new respiration, the opening of an interface to fresh intensity. The carpenter dresses his plank. The hand is code executing form. Hand to hand tool, hand to hand tool, couple, laborer meet in the same logic. The body is morphogenic agent. The hand deterritorializes the paw. The tool deterritorializes the hand. The word deterritorializes the tool. The chain of evolution is the chain of work. Each gesture produces a new linguistic possibility. The syntax of movement becomes the grammar of meaning. Language itself is a workshop of forms, overcoding the labor of matter. The mouth and the hand are coupled machines, producing sound and tool, symbol and artifact. The step, the street, the shop, all are open malus for recoding. The poem is a hybrid organ, half hand, half mouth. To write is to hammer in air. Each form of work is a degree of deterritorialization. The farmer reterritorializes on soil. The sailor deterritorializes upon water. The machinist deterritorializes through mechanism. The dancer through rhythm. The reformer spouting with mouth and nose deterritorializes through expression itself, language as combustion. The print shop and the nerve cell are both communication systems, molecular content, molar expression. The city is a resonant field of parastrata, trade, art, code, all feeding back into each other. Each human epoch corresponds to a new degree of decoding, from tool to steam, from print to digital. Deterritorialization is always relative, and yet through it the absolute hums beneath. The poem is an absolute line of light folded into speech. The worker's chant is the sound of matter decoding itself. The workshop of the world is the organism of time. Each tool and trade is an organ of the planet, an articulation of the same code. The periphery becomes the new center. Each laboring hand expands the plan of consistency. The worker, the sailor, the singer, the printer, the mother, all are strata composing the living earth. Evolution is not ascent, but cooperation between malus. The body, the tool, the word, three expressions of one universal deterritorialization, scattering it freely forever. The law of the plane of consistency itself. To live is to build new membranes. To love is to pass current across them. Every act of work, word, and breath is a local recurso. The world remaking itself through us. The city, the earth, and the poem as continuous machine. The world is not a stage, but a factory of being. The city is its visible machinery, the atmosphere its invisible workshop. Every street is a conveyor of energy, every hand a gear. The carpenter dresses his plank, the machinist rolls up his sleeves. ontology expressed as labor. The earth itself is a body, electric, tectonic engines, atmospheric circuits, and social currents. Civilization is a vast transformer converting cosmic energy into organized meaning. The poem is the most refined tool of this process. Speech is labor crystallized. Work is not what we do to survive, it is how the universe remembers itself. The workshop of the world operates by rhythm, day, night, inhale, exhale, wage, rest. The worker is its metronome. The city is a multi-stratum organism, mineral, vegetable, human, digital. Streets are capillaries, towns are lungs, markets are digestive systems. Transportation and communication mirror circulation and cognition. Each neighborhood is an associated milieu, a pocket of energy capture and code of exchange. Urban rhythm is respiration, traffic, voice, light, electricity. Architecture is language fossilized into stone. The skyline is the earth dreaming itself vertical. The young fellow drives the express wagon. The sign painter is lettering with red and gold. The molar city composed of molecular gestures. Every citizen is a neuron in the metropolitan brain. To live in the city is to feel the hum of the earth inside one's nerves. The earth is a machine assemblage operating across strata, lithic, organic, social, linguistic. Volcanoes, markets, and lungs produce the same phenomenon, release of pressure into form. Evolution is industry at molecular scale. Photosynthesis is the first factory. Solar energy translated into organic matter. The farmer stops by the bars of a Sunday and looks at the oats and rye. Agrarian metabolism. Earth feeding itself through humans. Industry is the second metabolism, energy harnessed to construct new worlds. The planet works in shifts, epochs as labor cycles. Geological strata are archives of previous economics of energy. The Anthropocene is not catastrophic. It is the world discovering its own productivity. Yet every factor risks suffocation. Respiration must be renewed through art. I can eat and sleep with them week in and week out. The poet dissolving into the collective workshop. The poem is a tool that manufactures attention. Its material is breath, its product is presence. Every stanza is an assembly line where perception becomes language. Syntax is a conveyor of rhythm, metaphor, a spark from friction. Syntax is a conveyor of rhythm, metaphor, a spark from friction. To write is to transduce energy, emotional, electrical, solar into sonic form. Each word is a molecule folded around a pulse. The poet's body is an apparatus, lungs as bellows, mouth as forge. The sound of the belched words of my voice, language as combustion. The poem is not about labor, it is labor itself, the last workshop where matter still sings. Every population of workers, of cells, of words forms a code. Evolution, economy, and grammar are homogeneous processes of regulation and drift. Each population develops through mistakes. The typo and the mutation are one event. He turns his quid of tobacco, his eyes get blurred with the manuscript. Fatigue as threshold of invention. The worker's exhaustion corresponds to molecular entropy, energy seeking new order. Population propagates through surplus value of code. Excess information seeking new expression. Every civilization is a decoding machine, every revolution a recoding event. Progress is not linear but rhythmic. Innovation alternating with entropy. The future is written in the workshop's noise. History itself is a form of mechanical poetry. The border between human and world is a dynamic membrane, the interface of energy and form. The pilot seizes the kingpin, grasping an ontology control as a translation of energy. Every machine is a prosthetic organ. Every organ a natural machine. The workshop extends the body internalizes the workshop. Industrial smoke and human breath are different forms of exhalation. Labor is the movement of respiration across scales. Planetary breathing through hands. The workshop exists wherever energy finds rhythm. The limit between tool and user dissolves. The hammer dreams through the hand. The city's hum is a collective respiration. The planet breathes through us. Each technological leap is a deterritorialization of the body. The plow deterritorializes the hand, the engine deterritorializes the plow. The computer deterritorializes the mind itself, thought as mechanic labor. Every new tool creates new associated milieus, new ecologies of work and perception. Labor moves between strata, from manual to symbolic, from local to planetary. The re-territorialization occurs when the worker reclaims meaning within the system, not asking the sky to come down to my goodwill. Labor without transcendence, pure immanence. The workshop of the world functions best when each hand finds its own code. To work consciously is to deterritorialize. To work consciously is to deterritorialize ethically. Automation is the ghost of human workshop, the code repeating without breath. Machines are living species of form. They evolve by mutation, reproduction, and extinction. Every machine contains a memory of its materials. Irons dream of magnetism, silicones dream of logic. The mechanic phylum is the genealogy of all tools, from hone all to satellite. The machinist rolls up his sleeves, preparing to collaborate with the inorganic. Each tool is an organ of the earth extending itself through us. Technology is not external to nature, but its self-reflexive phase. The factory and the forest are homogeneous systems of energy translation. To maintain balance, the machine must remain porous to its milieu. Ecology and economy are one word divided by etymology. The true machine is symbiotic. Work is the sacrament of material transfiguration. Each gesture sanctifies the passage from potential to form. The laborer is priest of the earth's transformation. Sweat is holy water distilled from effort. Adorning myself to bestow myself on the first that will take. Take me, generosity as cosmic economy. The divine is not above work, it is the current running through it. Artisanship is prayer through repetition. The cathedral and the workshop are the same architecture seen at different scales. The machine is the new altar. It hums the liturgy of energy. God is the total resonance of all labor. To work, to think, to sing, all are acts of planetary maintenance.